Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today I am doing Semisonic, Singing in My Sleep. You may know them from doing Closing Time. It's a song that anyone who's left the bar at last call has probably heard the song Closing Time. That's them. And today we're doing a song by them called Singing in My Sleep, which personally I think is a better song than Closing Time, but that's just my opinion. Closing Time is much catchier, but I think I like the tone and vibe of this one a lot more, even though Closing Time has much more, I'd say, significant meaning. Anyway, based off what I saw from the singer Daniel Wilson, he said the song was written about like a girl like giving him a mixtape, and then like becoming obsessed with her based off of that. And so, off that context, let's talk about the song. Okay, enough of my rambling. Let's get into it. Okay, wait. First and foremost, why is it like so many like early 2000s, late 90s music videos just have like this very like washed out, like just like very bright aesthetic? Like a lot of the videos have this very like washed out, bright aesthetic. I don't know. It's an interesting side note. But anyway.
Got your tape and it changed my mind. Heard your voice in between the lines. Come around from another time where nobody ever goes. All alone on the overpass. Wired and phone to a heart of glass. Now I'm falling in love too fast. But you were the songs you chose. And all the stars pray for me. Say the promise you long to keep.
Okay, so let's get into these lyrics. I mean, he starts off with the setup of the song. Basically, I got your tape and it changed my mind. Heard your voice in between the lines, come around from another time when nobody ever goes. So basically, it's like this is what the point where the girl has given this anonymous girl in the song has given him this tape, where she sent it to him, and he finally he receives the tape, and when he says like it changed my mind, basically like it probably like blew him away with the song choices she made and how much care and effort she put in the mixtape. Because a lot of you may not know that back in the day, mixtapes were like a really intimate expression of how much someone cared about you, because people would carefully curate mixtapes to give to someone with songs that they both knew that person would love, but then also mix in songs that they would introduce you to, songs you may not have ever heard of before. And sometimes it would really open your eyes to new music and new songs, and really like get you in the feels. You know what I mean? And so when he's saying that, he's also like, I heard your voice in between the lines. You can take that as like sometimes people will leave like little little like little like recordings in between each song to kind of tell you about what each song is or what it means to them. Or you can take that as him basically like hearing her voice, maybe talking about the stuff and talking about it as he's listening to the song. Like either way, it's like the song, he's starting to really connect the songs with the person, and it's making him feel a lot of emotion. And it brings you to come around from another time when nobody ever goes. And I can take that as that one's a little bit more hard to pin down, but I imagine that's like when he says come around from another time when nobody ever goes. I heard your voice and change the lines. Basically, like come around, like basically it's like it kind of creeps in. It kind of like comes into his mind, and it kind of starts to linger. Maybe like it's starting to sink. She's starting to sink into his brain with the music. That's kind of how I take that. But anyway, oh yeah. And then when he says, all alone on the overpass, wired and phoned to a heart of glass. Now I'm falling in love too fast. If you were the songs you chose. Basically, it's like basically like I can say like he's listening to the song while like standing on the overpass over the street, and and maybe like his heart was like frozen. His heart was hard, but it's starting to soften him up as he's listening to these songs, and now he's quickly becoming infatuated, faster than he thought he would, and he's not entirely sure. The lines are blurred between whether he loves the music that she gave him, or does he actually have feelings for her, or does the music make him think that he has feelings that aren't real, and it's just a super intense infatuation.
I can hear you singing to me in my sleep. I can hear you singing to me in my sleep.
Okay, before we get into that, by the way, I also love the melody of this song. That bam, 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 bam. Like, I don't know why, but I love that. Like it kind of gives you this a sense of elation a little bit, and like wishful thinking. It kind of encapsulates that musically very well, I think. And then he says, all the stars played for me, saying the promise you long to keep. And oh yeah, I forgot about that part where it says all the stars play for me. And basically, I think it's like he's reaching that point now where he's like really infatuated, and he's like it feels like, metaphorically speaking, like the music is playing in the sky, is playing in the cosmos, and like there's this unspoken promise between you and the music and the girl that no one's actually said, but you feel is true. But anyway, when he says, "I can hear you singing to me in my sleep," and "I can hear you singing to me in my sleep," it's a very simple chorus, but there's a lot of meaning behind the chorus. Like, you can even say that like he's even listening to the music so much that he's listening to it in his sleep. And again, he's associating her with the songs. So when he says, "I hear you singing in my sleep," it could be like it's he's listening to it and it's really sinking in, or even when he's sleeping, he can still hear it playing in his mind. Like it's so infectious that he can't let it go. It's like, playing on repeat. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you've been there where something's just stuck in your head and you can't get it out. You know what I mean? I need water.
I've been living in your cassette. It's a modern equivalent. Singing up to a Capulet on a balcony in your mind. In the city, the lions.
Okay, let's get into this part though, because the way the song's broken down is very weird. So you kind of have to segment it a little bit. I mean, he says, "I've been living in your cassette. It's the modern equivalent, singing up to a Capulet on a balcony in your mind." I love this line because it's like basically at this point he's so entrenched. Like he's probably listened to this tape 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 times, and he equates it to, you know, being like Romeo singing up to Juliet. But I guess like the cassette is like her cassette is like the Romeo, and he's kind of like the Juliet, and it's kind of singing these sweet nothings up to him. And so it's like in his head, it's really just like ruminating and making him just like fall deeper and deeper. So yeah, like he's like the Juliet, and the song is like the music is like Romeo. Yes, yes, we're running with that one anyway. Okay, now this next part I really like. He goes, "In the city of lions, in the city the lion sleeps. Pray to Sunny." Although at first I thought he said Sony. Maybe he did say Sony. That'd be funny. Pray to Sony. I pray to Sony and PlayStation to keep my soul. Anyway, "I pray to Sunny my soul to keep. Were you ever so bright and sweet? Did you ever look so nice?" And I like to think of that like in the city the lion sleeps. He's like basically saying like underneath and within the city there's this roaring animal that's kept subdued, and it keeps the, or maybe the lion is him in the city, and like the rumbling, the beast inside is subdued for the time being. It's kept sort of silent by this, again, by the effect that this is having on him. But he also has to wonder, were you ever so bright and sweet? Did you ever look so kind? Is anything that I'm thinking about you real? Or is it just me looking at everything through rose-tinted glasses? Is it just me exaggerating this more? Maybe you really aren't what I think you are, and I've projected my own image of what I think you are onto you, so to speak. And then also, let's go back to pray to Sunny my soul to keep. I don't know who Sunny is personally, but basically maybe he's saying, you know, like, let me not lose myself. I hope that I maintain some sanity. Pray to Sunny for my soul to keep, to like, I don't lose myself, so to speak. But anyway, let's keep going.
All the sounds dream for me. I can hear you sing it to me in my sleep. I can hear you sing it to me in my sleep. I can hear you sing it to me in my sleep. I can hear you sing it to me in my sleep.
Okay, my favorite part of the song is coming up, like, not lyrically, but tonally, my favorite part is coming up. You've heard me say that many times. There's always like that favorite part of a song you have, you know? But I also want to touch on one lyric before we got into the second chorus, which was, "And all the sounds dream for me." And you can say that is again, like, all the songs are basically, he hears the songs in his dreams now, and they basically write the narrative of what he dreams, because again, it's singing in his sleep. He hears it even when he's dreaming, and so it's playing this beautiful melody for him, even in his dreams, and it's writing the narrative for his dreams, so to speak. But anyway, let's get into this part. This is my favorite part. I don't know why I stole that part, but that dun 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 dun, that stuff like that hits me like right here. If that doesn't affect you, then you know you might be dead inside as a person. I don't know. Anyway, um, and then before the little mini bridge before we get into the end of the song when he says, "And all the sounds dreaming from me dive me down in a soul so deep," and you can take that as in like again, all the songs are playing for him so much, and it's really affecting him so much emotionally that maybe it's causing him to look deeper within himself and look deeper emotionally, and it's really like taking him off guard and kind of warmed him and turned him around in an emotional sense. That's kind of what I take that. He says, "Dive me down in a soul so deep," or he's saying that like he feels like the songs are really connecting him to her, and he feels like the more he listens to it, the more he understands her, and it's really making him connect with her. Yes, I think that's what he means when he says that. See, isn't this fun when we get to explore? All right, let's keep going. I don't know, what was that hand motion? Anyway, yeah.
I can hear you sing it to me in my sleep. I can hear you sing it to me in my sleep. I can hear you, I can hear you, I can hear you sing it to me in my, I can hear you sing it to me in my sleep.
Okay, that was Semisonic singing in my sleep. I really enjoy that song. I think it's one of their better songs personally. But let me know what you think. You agree? Do you disagree? Do you think Closing Time's the best song that they've ever done and that I'm insane? Tell me. I'd love to hear it. Also, if you like this, give it a thumbs up. You know what it is. All the YouTube stuff. Subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 before the end of the year, and I would appreciate your help. That sounded cheesy as hell. Anyway, until next time, I'll talk to you later. Peace.